Randy Halverson grew up on the family farm near Kennebec, South Dakota, and still makes a living growing grain during the spring and summer. When not working in the field, Randy's cultivating his photography business. Many evenings are spent gathering images of landscapes or weather events around the country. Once harvest is done and the temperature drops, Halverson heads east to spend much of the winter in Wisconsin near family. Agriculture and nature have always captured his attention.
You know, I had a 35 millimeter SLR when I was a teenager, and I've had a stock footage business ever since the late 90s. It's mostly storm footage.
Time-lapse photography is a technique gaining popularity. It combines still images to create video that appears to move. Randy works to establish his own style using this technique.
You know, I stumbled across it just on the internet a few years ago. I saw some and I thought, you know, it looked pretty cool, and I thought it might be something I'd like to try. You know, I tried it on tripod a few times, but, you know, it just wasn't as interesting as some of the shots that I'd seen, you know, were moving, you know, pans and with dollies and stuff.
Equipment in a toolbox make capturing a series of images easier. Randy's vision is then turned toward the night sky and the dance that happens each evening while most people sleep.
There's a learning curve as far as just each shot, you know, where to set it up. It takes longer just to figure out how to set up the shot than it does to actually program the dolly or anything. So you get to move, you know, make it look a certain way. The dolly, it'll take a picture, so it'll fire the shutter on the camera, and then after the camera takes a picture, it'll move. So it'll move, say, a half an inch every time it, you know, every 32 seconds, because there's a 2-second interval between shots. During the day, a lot of the times if you saw the shot, it wouldn't look that good, but when you have the Milky Way moving and plus the camera moving, it can, if you have something a little bit interesting that's going to give a contrast, I guess, between the sky and the ground. I don't know if any certain thing inspires me, but I just like to make, you know, the cool looking shots, I guess.
Location is everything for night photography. Light pollution near cities or even small towns reduces the number of stars you can see in the night sky. Even near Kennebec, the amber glow from the town of Winter can be seen on the horizon. Halverson prefers to shoot near home on land that has belonged to his family for years. The isolation makes crisp images possible.
Down along the river here is probably one of the favorite as far as for time-lapse, because there's a lot of different things you can shoot. I guess I'm pretty familiar with the area, and it's, I guess, my dad's land. There's a lot of people that do time-lapse, but a lot of them are, you know, shooting in the desert, or there's really not a lot of them that are shooting just like cornfields or wheat fields.
Fans of Halverson's work check into dakotalapse.com for updates. Featuring landscape images primarily from central South Dakota, a few videos have gone viral.
Probably the Sub-Zero was one that probably was the first one that got more attention than the other ones. You know, I guess I was glad that, you know, people liked it and didn't think it sucked, I guess. You know, it's, you know, some people, they might think it's fake or something too, but that's pretty normal. I mean, for guys that shoot time-lapse, they all get the same comments. They think it's a composite, you know. You don't really know what the shot's going to look like until it's done. Once you put it in the time-lapse, you'll see things that you wouldn't have seen just looking at stills even. You know, like, say, animals moving in the background or something like that. Probably the most unique thing that I've caught was a deer or a white-tailed buck that came up within probably 50 yards of the camera. It was there for probably 10 minutes, and it was in the time-lapse with the Milky Way. That's probably the most unique thing.
Subject matter and potential locations for Halverson's photographic work are as expansive as the skies above. Randy won't likely put the camera down anytime soon. He says he'll keep going as long as he can still find subjects to photograph.